Hey, everybody, it's Dr. J. Again, Kamal and Spike, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was really good today. It suddenly became summer from,
Really did.
Just for one day, just one day.
I was tempted to go to the beach.
I did go to the beach.
Oh, did you?
It was mobbed. When you
Really?
the beach was mobbed. Every kid that
Yeah.
is off this week, so they all
Oh,
showed
that's right.
a lot of young girls made for
Yeah,
good.
even up here it was 75 yesterday. Nice.
Yeah, 70, 78, and I might have hit 80, I don't know. Really good.
It ain't in my car.
So I went on a shopping spree today. We're gonna. By the way, for the order in which we're gonna do the shows from now on, it's pretty much like we've been doing it all along. SPY first, Bitcoin second. If there's any Bitcoin related stocks, we do that third. Then tech, then biotech, and we'll end with energy. And anything else that comes up, finance or whatever. So that would be general order. So SPY, we would begin with SPY that way. Let me just recount what I bought today. I went on a shopping spree. So I just want to fill people in. I added more DNN. Remember the live buy that Arjun and I did on Thursday?
Yes.
I added also.
Okay, so we both have more conviction now than we did originally.
Looks good.
Chart looks good, and uranium is still in play. So what the hey? I added a little. I didn't add as much as my original buy, but I added 50% more. And then I added NVIDIA, and I added Sava. I'm really enthusiastic about Sava with the 3 directors purchasing shares.
Hopefully, it won't follow the way of anvs.
I hope not.
Sympathy.
Anvs followed the rule about biodirect, but nothing ever works.
Yeah. When you expect good news,
Yeah,
knock yourself on the head, change your mind.
yeah. I mean, we're going to discuss biodirect last, including ibrx, which was one of the good ones, and Sava. We'll discuss that last, or next to last. We're going to discuss some energy. I'm thinking of adding COP. I asked Arjun what he thought. That would be ConocoPhillips. And Arjun, of course, has his favorite oil and energy plays. So we'll wind up with Arjun on that.
Okay.
All right, so here goes. SPY first. We got to know about the macro if we're going to know about the micro, right?
Yeah. SPY was funny today. It opened 3 cents away from where it closed.
I don't know why I own a large position in SPY because I own the first 10 top holders.
Redundancy.
So I don't know why actually no reason for me to be in SPY. But I am. I have a rather large position in the index fund. I guess it encompasses all the 490 stocks that I don't own in SPY, and this SPX. I own the top 10, I think, pretty much,
Yeah.
including Tesla, which I bought a few weeks ago or a month ago, something like that. I was tempted to sell my Tesla today, but I didn't.
I added Tesla today, actually, a little bit.
Yeah, well, it does look like it has excellent long-term prospects, and if you can just put it away and forget about it, that's the play. And you're young enough to.
Every time you could buy it close to 100.
You're young enough to do that, Arjun. I'd like to turn them over a little quicker than Infinity. All right, SPY. SPY broke its channel, the descending channel today and yesterday, today and Friday rather. Friday's candle takes you above it. Today's candle is a break-even doji, right?
Yeah, it was break even. I think it has one more mini dip in it before it goes back up. But
Well, it's not really break even. I mean to say it's slightly up, but it's a doji.
right.
Shows indecision.
I'd mentioned last week that we're going to be up this week.
It does look like showing promise at this point, SPY.
Yeah, it stopped right near the 50-day, so I think it still might need to breathe a little before it can break up through.
The month of April is normally a good month. Wasn't this year for us, but maybe May will turn it around.
Yeah.
And so as we head into May, I expect a retest of the highs at about 623, 523. But I expect it to go higher than that. Probably up here at around 545 before you get any further. I think we can rally straight up almost. So I'm optimistic right now on SPY. Not going to talk about where the support is because I think I'd rather talk about the resistance up here at 524. I think that's the next test. Goes through that, I think you can tack on another 20 points. That's my feeling. 545. If you recall, I'm very consistent in that number. I've been using that number for several months, maybe 3 to 6 months now. I've been saying 545 is my base case for where SPY is going before a meaningful correction. We did have a meaningful correction recently, but what was it, 5%? Not 10,
Yes, 5.
5. So I think we get it. We're due for the 10% correction. Maybe it happens in September, something like that.
Uh-huh.
But in the meanwhile, I think there's money to be made on the upside on all of these SPY components, including some of the ones that I don't own.
Yep.
So it looks like SMCI, I think, is one of them that's coming into the index, right? I think they announced
Right.
SMCI is the number one holding in the IWM. And number two holding in IWM is mstr. So I own both of them, of course. Okay, that's enough about SPY. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So very bullish SPY at least for the next month. Bitcoin has been testing my my bottom at 60,000. I think a retest of this low is possible. 59,323. Let's call it 60,000. So I think Bitcoin could retest 60,000 this week. And after that, I think it passes with flying colors. I think it shoots right back up to this high of 47, which is what is it? 73,000 and change. So I see Bitcoin yo-yoing around again between the 60,000 and let's call it 75,000 neighborhood. I think it'll break through at some point this year and wind up giving everyone the close they expect on the year, about 90,000. So I'm short-term neutral, I guess, at this point, and medium-term bullish and long-term bullish Bitcoin. Yep. MicroStrategy is linked to Bitcoin, so let's take a look at that. This one could have flown after hours, but instead of choosing to change the accounting rules and get it into the S&P 500 where it was destined to go, Michael Saylor stuck to the old accounting methods. I don't understand it exactly, but I think you avoid paying taxes this way. The other way, there's tax consequences. So I guess he figured it's worth being excluded from the S&P and not pay taxes as opposed to be in the S&P and pay taxes. Maybe I'm making up that story, but
Yeah, exactly. Maybe.
that's the way I read it. So MicroStrategy is down quite a bit after hours. 12.6.
It's not for long. This is just a temporary thing, I think.
I hope so. I still own a lot of MicroStrategy, but not as much as I own iBit. Is iBit down in sympathy or not really?
No, it's just flat.
Yeah. So MicroStrategy might be a little low, might take its lumps over the next week. I think Bitcoin be down. I think MicroStrategy be down even more percentage-wise. If I had to put a number, I think we at least get down to this 1146 area on MicroStrategy. All right. But in the long term, medium term and long term, I'm still bullish. Just more bullish iBit at this point. Rather be an iBit. Safer if we have a downward spiral on Bitcoin. We wanted to do some big tech. What's better than Apple? Apple had an update today.
Yeah, it looks like it's rebounding.
Very strong day. I think we're definitely going to retest to 178. I think with earnings, when is it, tomorrow after the close? Am I right?
Yeah, I'm betting Apple goes back down first because I don't like the candle today. It's that.
Well, it's a horrible candle, but before earnings, you get this.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna gap back down actually, and I think we'll have one more test before we go up.
Well, if it goes back down to the yesterday's candle, I'll be a buyer.
Yeah, that's where I think it's going. Yeah.
On the other hand, if it blows out earnings, positive conference call, I think we could shoot up here to the 182 level.
So Dr. J, is that crossing of what, the 50 and the 100?
200 and the 100.
Okay, is that a good sign?
Negative crossing.
I don't think it's that important. I usually look at the 50 and the 100.
The 50 is more indicative, but still,
Yeah,
we don't like this kind of thing.
not great, but yeah, I think you'll have a little bit of short-term turbulence here, and then we'll go back up.
I see Apple being a buy on any weakness, period. Just like Tesla was. I considered selling a little today of Tesla, but I didn't. It's just wind up our big tech today with Tesla, I guess. It was up significantly today, 194 at the close, and that's a 15% pop. I bought it not that long ago. I don't remember where. Probably right around here, 150.
Yeah, I bought it with
The
you.
100. You see that? It bounced off of the 100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought it with you there, so this has been nice.
Found resistance. If it drops back to the 50 or it closes the gap altogether, then I'll definitely add. I considered selling with the thought of buying it back at the 50 if it got there, 174. But I didn't do it, so I guess I'm going to hold at this point. I did add you today. I added back you. Remember, I used to own it and sold it.
Yeah. Well. So you didn't take the ride down. You just taken the ride up.
I did take some ride down. I lost money on you. But I'm liking the chart. I think we're going to complete this cup and handle at about $27, and then maybe pull back a little. So that would be synonymous with the 50, right? I think we're in for at least 2 more points on the upside. So it's at least a good scalp swing trade or whatever you want to call it, I think.
Yeah.
And if you want to hold it for longer, you want to take out that 28, this candle, the high of 28 and change, 28.48. So that's got to come out. That comes out, it could make a nice run into the 30s. I like this one.
I like this one a lot. Yeah.
It has it's still used by like 65% of all game developers, and it's has software to support multiplayer games, which is becoming really the thing.
Are you busy, Dad?
So yes, I'm very bullish. At least I'm moderately bullish. I shouldn't say very bullish. I own a small amount at this point. I might buy more, but today was my first buy in a long time of you. I also started a position in ASML. This is the equipment maker for semiconductors, and it's just a question of buying the dip. This one isn't just like NVIDIA, just like SMCI. Buy any and all dips. That's how I view it. So today was a little bit of a dip, a little weakness. I bought a little, started a position, see how it works out. And also, I added to NVIDIA. My feeling is you don't have to be a genius to keep buying NVIDIA. It may not double in the next year, but I think it'll go up another 50% to like 1250 at least. So the old high up here of 963, I think gets taken out by the end of the year. I almost don't see how it doesn't. With big spending from all the mega tech, Meta, big spending, Google, what else? Microsoft, they're all buying the H100 and now the H200, the Blackwell chip. This one is what's known as a no-brainer. You have to have no brains to buy it. No, that's not right.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, no, actually, it's a no-brainer on the positive side, I think. I think sometimes when things look too good, you shouldn't buy it, but this is an exception. It looks too good, and it is too good. It is that good. So they're hands and above better than Intel, hands and above better than AMD, and all their competitors put together. So you got to own this one. You got to own SMCI. Does that wrap up regular tech? I said we're going to go by category. We want to do. Well, I also bought AVGO. Should we quickly look at that? That's Broadcom.
Broadcom.
I've wanted to own this one for a long time, so I figured, what the heck? I bought a little. It's not a great bargain, but I bought a little. Very near resistance, up about 1400. But I'm looking to average in. I don't care where it goes in the short term. I think the long-term trend is clear on this one, and that's up. Along with AMAT, AMAT, I didn't buy that one. I chose this one. Half a dozen ones, six of the other. Let's switch gears.
You have any opinion on AMD?
I own it, so I guess I like it.
Okay.
I think they're a good second to NVIDIA. They're number two in my mind. They're the cheaper chip version of the H200.
Well, it's certainly, if what you're saying is true, it's running at a bargain right now.
Yeah, I think you got a little resistance up above at 164. And then you don't have any, then it's clear sailing till about 177. And that's probably a very good bet at this point. It reaches 177 before 145. I like those odds. It's an even money bet, right? But I like I'd rather go long than short.
Gotcha.
Even, I'm not saying it's a 2-to-1 favorite, 2-to-1, play. It's even money that it makes the next 15 points up as the next goes to down. I like the entire market, so I'm happy bullish AMD. And but BioDrec, there's a few I want to look at. First, the one I really like, I
Did
added today to Sava. You have a $4 million buy by one of the directors, and two others joined in by buying, although much less. They bought shares by exercising warrants at $22, at $32 a share. I think the exercise price, but they get 1.5 shares, right? It's whatever the rule is. They did it. So it's a great way of avoiding doing a secondary. You get money by exercising warrants. A lot of people did exercise the warrants, so company fills its coffers a little bit, and it's full steam ahead till results at the end of the year. Hopefully, these results will look significantly better than the anvs results from today. Not that the anvs doesn't work; it's just that it doesn't work. It doesn't work well enough, and not clearly enough, and so on and so forth. They need another phase 3 trial with according to the FDA, and that'll just about financially drain them. So anvs is really, really looking troubled. Sorry to disappoint all my anvs friends and myself as well, because I'm hoping that butane tap is useful for me personally with my battle with Parkinson's. So I take no solace in the fact that I got out of this. I was still rooting for it to go up, as it did temporarily before collapsing today. Not Sava and anvs. I'll quickly show you the chart.
You don't want to look at anvs.
It's pretty ugly, isn't it?
that's
One of the
like a
worst
total
candles.
collapse.
Worst candles I've seen in a long time. Yeah, I mean, it just completely hit the low from 2023 and then barely recovered.
So it looks like AD is dead. They still have Parkinson's hopes. I think the Parkinson's phase 3 results are being analyzed, or whatever they are. I think that's, probably little to no hope there too. But I don't know. Maybe there is. I'm hoping there is.
Can we look at ADMA? We got a request from that from.
That's the old. That was a big COVID play.
Yeah, they were doing some. I forget what
Plasma?
were those called, the monoclonal antibodies.
No, I think they were the plasma play, weren't they?
Oh yeah, plasma. Yeah. Hey, they've been on fire.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it works.
Yeah, so we got a request here to chart it, and I mean,
Maybe it's one of the few biotechs that actually work.
yeah, this one looks a lot like the DNN chart. I would say. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it live, but I might buy this soon.
The problem with this one is it's BioDrec.
Yeah, I like the chart though.
It's still BioDrec.
Yeah, I hear you.
Subject to being cut in half overnight.
Yeah.
Also on the plus side, it could raise to $60. You never know with BioDrec.
You should look at the 5-year real quick and zoom out. It might be forming.
Right now, you're too close to the high of the year at 676.
Yeah, but look at the 5-year. It looks like it might be forming this giant cup and handle from 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like this. I don't know. I'll play it mild contrarian here.
I want to know. It's at resistance. If it breaks this support resistance area, then yes. But it's got to really break this high.
Mhm.
What is that number? 849.
I'm seeing
649.
696.
I can't read. 649.
I'm seeing 696.
Oh,
But yeah,
696. Your eyesight is better than mine.
yeah,
So let's say 7. If it
yeah.
breaks 7, it could go to 11. 7-Eleven?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not rushing to buy it, but I'm gonna buy. I think on a little bit of weakness.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, let the handle form.
Finally, I sold this one too early. It was approved for bladder cancer. ibrx immune bio. I got out in the 5s. I bought in the 3s, 4s. I bought in the 4s. 430, I think I paid. I got out in the 5s. So I didn't make much, and I chickened out. And had I not chickened out, I would have been better. But BioDrug is maybe this is one of these companies that actually will be successful in commercializing their drug. But it's a long way from being approved to being a best-selling drug.
I don't like the candle today. I think this is gonna come back down, gap back down.
It could, like so many biodrugs, you want to see it hold the 755 level.
Yeah, but I'm skeptical. I think this goes back to 5.
Could.
Yeah.
I hope not for all those that have all those longs that have been in it for so long. I root for everyone that owns a biotech. It's a tough gig.
It is. It is.
I wish I give them credit for suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune, which is what you get with most biodrug. What was it as high as 46 pre-split up here?
Yeah,
It was very high. I can't read. I don't know what it was. 40.
Yeah, 46, yeah.
So from 46 to 9 is still not good, right?
Nope.
All right, so we'll turn it over to you, Arjun, and you can wrap it up with look at Conoco for me.
Yeah,
And then
what's the
anything else
ticker?
you want to look at? Anything else you want to look at?
What's the Conoco ticker?
COP.
Yeah, I'll start with that, and then I'll do a couple that I bought today. But people will recognize them. They're the usual ones that I've been talking about.
What do you want?
Okay, COP. Yeah, I did add a little bit of this one when you texted me. I looked into it. I liked the PE on it. I liked, all those boring metrics that we like to look at every so often. But
Right.
yeah, it looks like it has that cup and handly type of thing that we sort of see from time to time. I mean, right now it's a little bit of a pullback. So I think I added on the 25th or whenever you hit me up. But yeah, I mean, I like the shape that this one's forming. Like,
It pays a good dividend, right?
it pays a dividend. Yeah, not bad, a couple percent. Yeah, so I like this. I don't really know my time frame on this, just because when I zoom out, it's at its highs. So I might just buy and hold and see how long it can run, because if it makes a new high, sky's the limit. And like you said, it has the safety blanket of a dividend, and it's not valued too high in terms of its earnings. So this might just be a longer term
It's
hold.
been touted as a value play.
Yeah, based on, I mean, the PE is under 15, which I think is really good for this sector. So I like it. I'll try to add dips when I can, but I have a position that I like on this. So yeah, let me do gprk. This is one of the energy plays from South America that I have a pretty decent sized position on. And I think I mentioned this back around February. Since then, it announced a really nice dividend, had good earnings, had a little bit of a pullback, but I actually like the level a lot that it's at now because
What's the ticker symbol? GPRK?
yeah, gprk. They're a South American energy company as well. And yeah, I like this one. Similar value play, really low PE. It pays a 7% dividend, which is quite good. And this dashed line, I don't know what this is, but that sort of is a good line to draw, I think, because there's a lot of touches from last year, and I like this to bounce back. And I was aiming for 1250 on this one as where I would like to start trimming based on the valuation. But yeah, it's a good one that I.
As always, let's remind our viewers that our opinions are strictly our own, not investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting, because while Arjan is buying this, other people could be shorting it, right?
They could, yeah. Do as I do or do as someone else does, but do your due diligence.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, those were the two I wanted to look at. Are there any other energy ones? Because, like, I have my platinum ones, but there aren't any updates, just buying dips.
Maybe throw DNN on again?
Yeah, DNN, I mean, the chart just looks better and better. It's,
Look at the comment.
yeah, I saw that. I had this perfect trend line that just got screwed up. There it was. We drew that last week. And we bought it right when it bounced off that trend line. And look what it did. It had a nice follow through day.
I paid $1.97.
Yep. Same. We bought it at the same time. Yeah, but I paid that exact amount. Today I added at I think it was like 208 or 209.
I beat you. I added at 203.
Nice. Yeah, I actually doubled my position today. But yeah, I mean, this one, PR has all the DD on this. It looks like it's going to be a major uranium supplier potentially. And I mean, this is just a dream chart. Like,
it's a Canadian company, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I like it. I'll add dips, and I'm hoping that this can make newer highs every day. Because, I mean, if you zoom way back in time, it looks like 2011 was the last time it was in the $5 range. But so we have a ways to go potentially if this does.
Yeah. I like the way it's rising. It's rising gradually instead of spikes.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody likes spikes.
we just like spike, not spikes. But yeah, this
PR is super bullish.
Yeah, PR. I like this one, and thank you for your recommendation.
Thank you, everybody. So we're going to keep to this format: SPY first, BTC second, and any Bitcoin-related plays third, big tech fourth, small tech for fifth, bio-direct sixth, and energy seventh.
Okay.
Adios, amigos. Ciao.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.